Alright guys, so today we're going to be getting into a little how to wax your surfboard tutorial. There's a few different techniques that you can use to wax your surfboard, but I'm just going to show you what I do and what works for me. The waves were pretty crappy this week, very windy, rainy, it was like mostly flat, so I decided to do this little tutorial on how to wax a surfboard. But I am still going to include some surf clips after this little tutorial. And just from an old Sesh from one of the sandbar days. Nothing crazy, but we do have some swell coming in this week. I think it starts filling in on Tuesday. It's supposed to be like 4 to 6 feet, I think, and then tops out. No, wait, I don't know. I gotta read the report again. I think it's either like 6 to 8 feet in the morning on Tuesday, and then in the afternoon it should be like 4 to 6 feet. So yeah, we're definitely getting some waves this week. It's gonna be a pretty sick sesh, probably on Tuesday afternoon, and then throughout the week it should be pretty good, at least on the North Shore. So yeah, that's what we got going on. So we're gonna get into this little how to wax tutorial, and yeah, let's get to it. First thing you want to do is lay your board out in the sun. This is for de-waxing the board. You want to lay your board out in the sun for at least like 3 minutes, let the wax melt. But as you can see, there's not really any sun out right now, so I'm just gonna have to de-wax it when it's still dry, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, first thing you want to do when you're de-waxing and cleaning your board to re-wax it later on is put it in the sun for like 3 minutes so the wax melts, and it makes it a lot easier to get all the wax off. And then after that you're gonna clean it. But yeah, let's de-wax it first. So first thing you want to do when you're re-waxing your board is obviously get all the old wax off. This is the tool I use. If you've ordered Futures fins before, you've probably gotten one of these. It's just a little wax scraper that Futures sends you when you order new fins. But if you don't have one of these available, like an old debit card or an old ID or something works too for getting the wax off. But this thing's pretty solid. Yeah, first thing we're gonna do is just get all this old wax off, and then we're gonna clean it and put the new coat on, the wax. Yeah, when it's not like melted by the time it makes it a way better pain in the ass for waxing it, but whatever. A little bit more time because I Alright guys, now that the wax is off the board for the most part, I didn't get completely all of it off, but whatever. So now that it's de-waxed, I like to wipe it down. It's kind of like I damp the towel and then I just give it a good wipe down before I put the next coat on. That way it's all clean. Alright, good enough. Alright, let's get to wax. So typically I'll usually use sticky bumps, but actually Sesh wax is actually pretty good because it's kind of a mix of everything as far as like base coat and the main coat. You don't really need a base coat with Sesh wax. It's kind of like both. So with sticky bumps, you don't really need a base coat with any wax, but I don't know, it just kind of depends on your preference. But this is one of the waxes I use a lot, this and sticky bumps. Don't really like the bubblegum wax, to be honest. It kind of sucks, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, let's get to waxing the board. I'll show you my technique. Alright, so to start, you get the wax, and I start at the bottom of the board, and I go in diagonal lines all the way up to the nose. Then I'll do it again, but I'll go the opposite way. So I'll cross over. So it's kind of like checkered. flip the board over and I'll do it on the other side. So, diagonal. Freaking kids, dude. Run around. I'll do it again. Go the other way. And once this is finished, you'll see that this technique actually creates really good bumps along your board when you put a big coat of wax on. But I know at first it kind of seems weird, but this diagonal technique works every time. It's my favorite way to wax my board, and a lot of people kind of do this. It's not a very new technique or anything, but it always works well for me. I feel like not a lot of people know actually how to properly wax a board, which is kind of why I wanted to make this video. But a lot of people just get on there and just freaking rub the wax on, and it'll just smear and just look like shit. So like, if you want like a good wax job on your board, actually I was one of those guys that did that for a while. I just waxed my board however which way, and then I kind of got more picky about it, and I wanted to learn, so learned how to do it like this, and that's what I've been doing ever since. So now that we got those diagonal, this is kind of the base coat. So those diagonal lines are kind of the base coat, and then once you do that on both sides, you just start putting that main coat on by just going in circular motion all over the board. And typically I usually use about half a bar of wax whenever I re-wax my boards. So you'll see though when I'm finished, you'll see how nice it looks. Hopefully. Alright, so we're starting to see those bumps along the board. That's what you want to see. We're going to go ahead and keep waxing until it's finished so you guys can see the end product. And yeah, let's get to it. A lot of waxing to do. Alright guys, we're all done. As you can see, it's not all clumped together. You got some nice bumps all along the board, which is what you want to see when you're done waxing your board. You don't want to see a bunch of wax like clumped together and stuff. You want to see these little bumps, because that indicates that you waxed it the right way. But yeah guys, that's how I've been waxing my board for years, and it's never failed me. So go ahead and give it a shot, and let me know what you think. We're gonna go ahead and jump to the surfing part of this video. This is some clips from a sandbar day over on the North Shore. It was nothing crazy. It was just kind of one of those smaller days. That was fun. But yeah, stay tuned for next week's video as well, because we are looking to get a pretty good sized swell this week. Like I said earlier, I think it's about to be 6 to 8 feet on Tuesday. Over on the North Shore at a few different spots. So I'm gonna go check out a few spots on Tuesday afternoon probably, and see if we can score some better waves for next week's video. But yeah guys, as always, thanks for the support. Enjoy the surf clips. Let's go. Alright, we're gonna go after this one. That's a good one. Phew!
Fuck me. Good wave. Fuck. God damn it. Alright, so we had a gas chamber. It's pretty small. 2 to 3 feet. There's some fun waves that are coming through. Nothing crazy. Started off at the sandbar over there, and there's nothing really working over there. So just gonna try to come get a few over here and then go in. Some pretty. Backwash.